Today I'll be addressing a question from a customer. Jeff recently received or has been using his 55-liter backpack, and the wings or the metal frame of his 55-liter started popping off. So we're going to start having a troubleshooting and repair of how to do this. So it's not common for this to come off. It's not intended to come off. The only reason why you'd want it to come off is if you wanted to wash it. Okay, but the factory will, within our manufacturing facility at the factory, they use a special tool to put this frame inside of here. So if I really were to push on this, this would then pop off, okay? So it's not, once again, intended to do that. We've actually solved this issue from it popping off intentionally in our 60-liter backpack. So these are the second generation backpacks. All of our backpacks now are the latest 60-liter, and this has no longer the frame could come off from inside of here. So where in this model, it is on the outside of, or the back panel of it, where the wire frame is. On the new 60 liters, although that's higher capacity, there's many upgrades in this backpack. I just want to iterate that. So many wonderful features with this new upgrade. But here, the wire frame is inside of the back panel. So there's Velcro up here. You can now see this wire frame. Okay, the wire frame is right here, and it is hidden in the back. So if you did want to wash it, you still could, but it's more securely back here behind a zipper. Okay, so I'm going to fold that back up, and then you can zip it. Zip it up real tight. Okay, so no longer would we access it from here, as I'm going to be showing you on this repair today. So let's get back to the 55-liter. So if this were to pop off, how do we repair it? So because the factory, once again, uses a special tool, you're not going to have that tool to push this back on. You can send it to us. We'd be happy to fix it, but if you want to fix it there at your home, you can do so. This is really hard to turn and get it back in the right spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the whole frame off. We're going to then detach it from here, and we're actually going to put it behind this mesh. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. So the first step that we're going to want to do is, you've got these little clips. So there's little clips on the side. You want to unclip it from right here. So this side too. We're going to unclip right here. We're going to loosen up these. Loosen this one up as well. By the way, also on our 60-liter, we no longer have these extra straps here on the back. We no longer have this extra brace. You see a red brace back here for a support system. We've now built all that support system into the new 60-liter. So it is now all built in. You don't have extra straps back there, extra buckles, and also no longer do we have that little clip. That little clip is no longer back there. We made webbing to have that more securely fastened inside of it. So that's another excellent upgrade with the 60-liter. So back to here. So now we want to take this thing off. The easiest thing to do is first, let's detach the shoulder straps. So let's just take that from the adjustable torso, slide that off. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Take that off, push that through, and push it down and over. Okay, so taking those off. Now behind here, I'm going to slide this over, and it's a little easier to see and access if I push this way, because the bottom of it has a little tube, and I actually just pulled it off of it actually, and that's what we wanted, but I'll show it to you as I pull it off this other way. Okay, here's the little tube. So you see this tube and this one here, so that was attached on the bottom, just like, I can do this a little bit better. Just like this. And this just pops into place. Okay, right here. So what we wanted to do is just detach those two. Okay, now we can slide this around and take the whole frame off. Okay, so I'm going to push this around, slide it this way, take it off around these straps. Once again, the 60-liter, you're not going to have to mess with all these straps, nor are you going to have to mess with it here on the back. It's going to be tucked inside of the hydration bladder pocket. Okay. Now let's pull this one, slide the frame up, over, so then we can take it off. Here. All right. One more turn, and we're off. Okay, so now we have the entire frame off. Now we need to insert this frame on the back side of here. So this time we're not, once again, not going to do it the same way as the factory where they use the tool embedded in here. We're going to do it behind this side here in the mesh. It makes it a little bit harder to take it off, but we don't intend to take it off again, right? And hopefully you remember how to do it if you ever wanted to wash the pack. If you wanted to wash it, then right, this can fit in the washing machine much, much better without the frame. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to push this frame. I'm going to hold it together, push the frame behind the webbing. So the wings are now here at the top. I'm going to get the bottom of the frame and push this. You might have to let this wing kind of pop out from the side a little bit as I push this other side down. Okay, that's now tucked in there. Pull this one over. Now this other one, do the same thing, where I'm going to pull it out a little bit just to give me a little more room so you can scoot this around. This one's always the hardest for me. Push this one in. Sweet. Go out. And this side, oh, we're hooked on right there. That might have been restricting us a little bit more. Push this actually up in here. Now I want to get this part of the frame, pushing it inward and pushing it back. We go inward and back. Just make sure you're real careful on those ends so you don't rip anything on your backpack. Okay, so now you can see these two are really tight to each other. Okay, these frame pieces. We have the wings on the top. I'm going to center it up a little bit more, pushing that side and that side. Centered, and we'll rotate this top in just a minute. We now have the back of the wire frame. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to grab both of the ends, pushing them outward, and push the two pieces together. Okay, so if I bring the wire frame down a little bit, it will then pop into place. Oh, just barely missed that one. Just be careful with those tips there with your fingers. You definitely don't want to be get your fingers in the way. And we're now together, okay? Oh, I think we're together. Let me just make sure. Oh, no. Popped into place, but the two didn't come together. So let's try that one more time. Now we're together. Excellent. Okay, so we got the two wings here, very tight. We got this wing and this wing behind this section. Much more secure and tightened in there without having to use a factory tool. Now just a couple last things to do. One, get your torso or your shoulder straps where you want it. Now there's two ways of doing this. You can push the webbing through, or you can do it from behind. So I'm going to do it both ways just to demonstrate. This is the same way if you wanted to adjust your torso. Little clips, then clip into there. Or we can reach from behind. Let's just make sure our straps are all straight on here. Now I can push this through, and then with my hand behind here, sometimes I find this a little bit easier to hook it that way and then pull it through like that. Okay, and then the last couple steps is using these little hooks on the side to grab your frame, pull it in tight. Do the same thing on this side. And if for some reason these little clips are broken, you can just use any kind of zip tie. A zip tie works great. Use a zip tie and then cut the rest of the zip tie. And then, once again, on our 60 liter, we don't have these adjustments. These adjustments are just intended to pull the frame tighter into the outside of it tighter into the frame, extra security. But our new 60-liter design is all built into for that, without the additional weight and components and straps and things for the inside of here. So that's how to do a repair. Very firm now. We still have that airframe system, very tight up here on the wings. You can see how tight that is. Okay, so you have a lot of load bearing with that, with an internal frame pack. So if you do have that issue, or you do want to wash it and you got to figure out how to put that wire frame back in, that's how you do it. It shouldn't take you very long. Just kind of move things around as I did, shifting stuff, and then just look for that place here on the back bottom where those two snap together. Thanks for watching. Feel free to reach out to us anytime, and we're happy to do this for you too. If you need a repair, you can ship it to us. We'll do it and then send it back to you. I just need to have you take care of your shipping costs. Otherwise, if you're interested in upgrading to a 60-liter pack where that frame is now all built into it, as I demonstrated before, through the back panel zipper, then you won't have that issue to have to try to troubleshoot unless you're looking to wash your backpack. Then you would want to take that frame off. Okay? Thank you.